Hey guys, it's Sharon, and welcome back to another 10 HP UIM video. Last video we made a giant 104k cannonball stack and went through it all in Slayer and got us up to 84 Slayer, and we're just 35k XP off 97 range. And I know my last few videos have only been Slayer, so I think I'm going to change it up. We have some unfinished business we need to take care of. What I mean by that, if you look at my boss log, we had a couple cool, awesome green boss things. But the thing is, when you click it, you can see we have 4 dragon pickaxes in there. But then when you look in our inventory, we do not have a dragon pickaxe, even though it says we have 4 in the log. Well, that's because when we went on this Venonatus pet grind, right after getting the pet, we went to Shamans, and we ended up having one of our wipes there, and we lost our dragon pickaxe. And we have never gone back to the wilderness to reclaim. And I'm sure you know, if you follow Jagex updates, that they plan to rework the wildy. This may be detrimental to 10 HP accounts because the way they restructure the bossing might make it impossible for our builds to kill it. So I think now is a good a time as any to go back out into the wilderness and reclaim our dragon pickaxe. Also, as a side note, I know they mentioned they might put the dragon pickaxe somewhere outside of the wildy, but I imagine it'll be something like Wintertodd, where it's going to be super extremely rare, so I'd rather just go. Alright, so obviously we have our 3 options of bosses to kill. Callisto, which is just way too tanky and would take way too long, so I don't want to do that. Then we have the Chaos Elemental, which I already have the green log for, but it's going to be the most kills per hour. But the thing is, it's so deep in the wilderness, and I feel like I'd get PK'd there more often, and it's got a worse rate than the other bosses. And then there's our favorite, Venonatus. It's lower in the wilderness, so I won't be PK'd as much. I really enjoy it and think it's chill, and it's going to be fun to climb the ranks. So we are just going to go back to our favorite spider for the pick. Alright, and like everything on this account, we need to make some more cannonballs. I know the cool double cannon mold is out now, and I'm really excited for it, but for this wilderness grind, I'm just going to be making cannonballs in somewhat smaller batches so I don't worry about losing them. So we'll get to the cannon mold later on in this episode. Alright, so we cooked up about 7,500 cannonballs, so that should be a good start. So let's go grab our gear. Okay, so I'm just going around grabbing my gear for Venonatus, and what's cool is we actually have a glory stored right here, so because obviously we're not risking our fury out there. Alright, so this is it. This is the gear we're going to be using to go take on Venonatus. A plus 142 range bonus, and now that I'm 96 range, I think that was a lot higher than when I was on the pet grind, so hopefully it should go a little bit faster. Also, I'm really hoping when I get my cannon, I can actually take off this ornament kit. I got it because I thought it was cool. Looks like dismantle and remove. And yes, I can take off the ornament kits because I have to do cannon stalls, and it's hard to see where the stall is using this ornament kit barrel, so we're going to have those off. Alright, so obviously I'm going to be death piling to go in the wilderness, so I'm not risking my items. It's actually kind of scary because this is going to be the first time I'm going to have my T-bow in a death pile for an extended period of time, but with like all the game updates for UIM death mechanics, attaching the items to the person and not the world, I'm feeling pretty safe. I'm just not going to allow myself to drink when I have a T-bow in a death pile because I've had some problems in the past from drinking too much while running death piles. Okay, so there's actually a way to break up a stack of items on UIM. Basically, you just use the amount of thing of that stack. I'm going to say 1,500 because that's how many I want to bring. I don't want to break these up so I'm not risking all the cannonballs. And then you have that 1,500 in the looting bag. Then you drop the stack that you're going to eventually want to leave in your death pile. And just then finish off killing yourself. And then, yeah, all those cannonballs are in this death pile. So as you can see, those cannonballs are split up, and we have all the stuff we don't want to risk in the wildy here, and we are ready to head out. So it's minigame, teleport, last man standing. Okay, and here is one last look at our Venonatus collection log. We're at 408 KC, and that 408th KC was the KC we did get the spiderling on. Also, I wanted to show you the Venonatus high scores. As you can see, we are currently ranked 10. We were actually ranked 7 when we got the pet drop, but apparently people have passed us. So maybe we'll gain a couple more ranks back during this grind. Ooh, I haven't done wilderness content in so long. It actually feels nice to be back out here and doing some bossing or whatever. Okay, so it's been a very long time since I showcased the method to kill Venonatus. But I'm just going to give you a quick overview of it. If you want to see the full method, you can go back in some of my previous videos and I'll show it. Basically, you just set up the cannon here, you fire it, you run to the safe bot, the cannon's going to go, it's going to, let's see, I can get it go. It's gonna hit him, which is gonna lure Venonatus over. You stall the cannon right here, southwest, until he comes all the way there by using interface stall. I use the house options. Then you release the stall. It hits him 5 times. It's gonna make him run away. Cannon's gonna spin around one more time. It's gonna hit him, which is gonna pull him back. Open the same interface, and then he comes back in, and then you just repeat this until he's dead. So we are currently, since we're now level 49, which I think is like 3 or 4 combat levels since the last time we were grinding out here, up to level 75s can hit us. So that's a pretty decent number, but I usually try to be in the 1500 total worlds, so hopefully we're pretty safe, because it would be pretty annoying to lose our rune crossbow and stuff like that. And there's that stupid circle. That means we're not going to get the kill for this spider. Damn, it's so annoying. People always coming in, attacking the stupid spider, and he doesn't even have gear on. Like, what the fuck is he doing? And it got killed because of that stupid bounce attack. Alright, and that could be our first kill off in the distance. Hit him on the far thing, and the first drop back is a nice one. Look at that. The Onyx Bolt Tips. Nice freaking Alks. We'll take it. Honestly, it feels so nice being back here. Like, just like the little extra rush and adrenaline between being in the wilderness and bossing. I freaking love it and miss it. Also, I should probably mention it's a 1 in 70 drop for the Dragon Pickaxe from Venonatus, and that's basically really the only thing we need. There's other great drops like the Snapdragons and the Red Spider Eggs and like that Onyx Bolt Tip drop for cash. So honestly, every kill is pretty good, but I don't really want to go dry. Hopefully we get lucky and we can get out of the wilderness. Probably be the next kill. Let's go. D-pick, second kill back. Let's go. Wow. Back-to-back Onyx Bolt Tips. Literally. Let me go to game. Kill 409 Onyx Bolt Tips. 410. At this pace, we're going to be fucking rich. Alright, there's somebody. I hope he doesn't get attacked. Please just go away. Alright, we're going to get the kill anyways. And that's the third kill back, and we just get some coins. This is actually the guy that just got us killed. He actually came back just to apologize. Pretty funny. But please leave so we can continue to kill, because if we lure Venny over here, he's going to get killed again. Last time I remember, I think this took about 200 to 250 cannonballs per kill, and I got around 4 or 5 kills an hour, depending on how often I get crashed by people like you saw. So hopefully, since my range level's quite a bit higher, hopefully it'll be a little less cannonballs, and maybe an extra kill an hour would be nice, but let's keep on going. Let's go, 4th kill. What do we get? Chaos runes. Alright. Well, I'm probably going to show you when you get an interesting or good drop now. You kind of get the gist of it. But it is awesome. I'm loving it right now. I got the clammy hands going, and I actually feel like I'm gaming instead of like some monotonous, crazy long grind. Like, wow, then the 5th kill. So 3 out of our first 5 kills have been Onyx Bolt Tips. Look at that. Freaking 180 Onyx Bolt Tips. We have 1.5 mil in our first death pile trip. Actually, I'm just going to leave my cannon set up. But yeah, I'm going to go run and refresh our death pile and get back out here. Okay, so after just running 1 death pile, I'm already so lazy, and I decided to just bring out the whole cannonball stack. So screw it, we'll just risk it. It's not too big anyway, so I won't be that mad if I lose it. Oh, it kind of triggered me. I forgot how often these drop the rune pickaxe. Little jump scare. Alright, that's kill 418, which means that's been 10 kills since we've been back on the grind. And honestly, it's like riding a bike out here. There we go, 420 KC for the wrong pickaxe again. We want the red one. No, that guy's getting attacked. Level 77. He's actually somebody that's probably here to fight Venonatus, but he's pretty close to being able to attack me, so must be some fear. Let's go. It's our 4th drop of Onyx Bolt Tips. What have we even done for kills? 14 kills, 4 drops of Onyx Bolt Tips. This is literally crazy. Hey, and that's my boy Forge Shell from Ten Talk. He's freaking at like well over 2k KC grinding out here. I feel bad I got my pet so much earlier than him, but yeah, funny seeing him out here. Let's go D-pick in front of Forge Shell. Oh, wrong pickaxe. Alright, and what better time to shout out our clan chat? It is called Ten Talk. Feel free to join in game, or I'll link the Discord in the description. It's a 10 HP / Skiller clan, and we have a great community with a lot of 10 HP knowledge, so feel free to join. Okay, that's 425 KC. I think like with the Slayer, I'll check in every 25 kill count or something, unless we get a good drop. Oh shit, and there it is. I was literally just telling my buddy Fords that I needed the D pick, and that's the only reason I'm out there. Literally, we got it on kill count 432. That's fucking awesome. So we started at 408, so 432. Literally only 25 kills back out here. Literally took me a day and a half. I actually thought I was gonna be on this grind for a while, but we are back, done with the wilderness. So yeah, we got that much faster than I was really expecting. Literally only took me about a day and a half. So honestly, I'm not too quite sure what I'm gonna have to do. I'm just gonna clean up the inventory real quick and I'll come back to you. Alright, well of course before we do anything else we can come to our spreadsheet and we can remake the dragon pickaxe screen. That's awesome to see. Also I decided to, this dragon two-hander, I always marked it as something I wanted to get back. But I'm also gonna put this as one of the blue things like the dragon mask because my inventory is already pretty full and I already have so many cool items. Like I don't really need the dragon two-hand for any reason. So basically the only thing we need left is the ranger boots, and our rebuild is fully complete. Plus we've gotten so many other great things. So I love the progression of this account since I started the series. Wow, nothing more motivating than getting Spoon going for a drop that you were going for. I don't know, I'm just like so motivated. But I got the inventory organized and I figured out what I want to do. If you remember, we got 4 drops of the Onyx bolt tips and those 24 KCs, which is a crazy rate. But to get the 2 mil from these, you need to attach these 2 rune bolts. And obviously to smith rune bolts, you need to make your own rune bolts. And we have the smithing, which is no problem, but we have no easy way of getting rune ores. But in the past, I got them from NBCs, like when I was grinding shamans, I used those. But from 81, we can't mine a rune ore. Maybe we can use the D-pick spec and use a dwarven stout, but then it would only last 12 seconds or whatever, and that'd be somewhat annoying. So I think I'm going to knock out something that I've been putting off for a very long time. We are going to be doing boring mother lode mine. Yes, I know. Yeah, one of the goals, I wanted to eventually get the prospector, but I've just been putting it off, and honestly, mother lode mine isn't the best for ultimate Ironmans because you have to drop the ores after anyways, which is kind of annoying, but you can still stack up the nuggets. And hopefully the full prospector grind will get us at least 1 or 2 levels. Not even sure how much XP you normally get during the prospector grind, so hopefully a couple levels, and then it'll be easier to boost to mine the ores to for our onyx bolts. Also, I'm put all my stuff in a looting bag because I'm not sure. I didn't want to death storage it because I'm not sure if you can get clues here, and I'd like to go and attempt clues if we get them. So hopefully you can get clues here. I don't even remember. It's been so long since I've been here. Alright, let's claim our first. We got our first gold nugget, and I think it takes 180 nuggets for the full set. And obviously, I know this is super ass boring content, so I'm probably not going to show you much of this, but I'm actually looking forward to it because it's going to be super chill and it's something that I haven't done in a long time. Plus, I'm nice and motivated with our new red pickaxe and might as well use it up. Also, fun fact about me, mining used to be my favorite skill in Runescape 2. It was my first skill cape probably back in 2006, and I think I did the majority of it mining coal in the mining guild. Crazy. Alright, so after being here for a while, I'm pretty sure I confirmed that these do not drop clue scrolls, which is kind of sad. I was hoping to do some. Hey, 82 mining, first level of this grind. And boom, there's 83 mining. Okay, when we collect these ores, this could potentially be it, and there it is, 180 gold nuggets. That actually took a lot longer than I thought it would. I haven't done this in a while, so I forgot that actually took a decent amount of time. Plus, I haven't been able to play as much lately, so yeah, that really dragged on. Alright, and here's what all that time and effort went into. I know it probably would have been more efficient if I bought these individually just for the XP boost, but we want all that dopamine, so let's buy all 4 pieces and check out our collection log pop-ups. Honestly, that's one of my favorite, most underrated updates, getting all these collection log notifications. Let's slap this on, and yeah, that's something I feel like people knock out in like their first like 750 total levels, but we're getting it now. Also, if you're curious, we went from 81 to 83, about 2/3 of the way to 84 mining. And if you remember, this whole mining mission was just to get the mining level so we can mine our own rune ore. So we're going to actually finish off 84 mining, and then we'll just be able to dwarven stout as well as using our D-pick special, and we shouldn't have a problem getting the rune ore. So hopefully get some clue scrolls in this time being. And that is 84 mining. That brings back memories powering the iron, because I think that was my first 99 way back in like 2005, and that's how I did it. We got 4 beginners and 1 easy casket, so let's crack these open. And the easy, and we got nothing. Awesome. Alright, so here we are at some rune rocks. I don't even know if these are the best ones to come to, because I don't know how occupied they are. So basically we're just going to drink Dwarven Stouts and use combos of our D-Pick spec. And we're going to, let's see. We have 240 bolt tips, so we're going to need 24 rune ores to make all the bolts we need to turn them into onyx bolts. Alright, and with that rune ore, we are officially got our 24 rune ore, and we're officially done using this dragon picks after just getting it back, so it's retired for the foreseeable future. And here's our bars made of blast furnace. Alright, now we're going to attach our bolt tips to the bolts and get our onyx bolts. Alright, so now we can just alch them, and it looks like we have just over 2 mil of alchs. Nice. Alright, so the next thing I want to do is something I've been looking forward to since I've saw the post about it potentially coming out. I've referenced this in the past couple videos, and that of course is the giant foundry and the double cannonball mold. I actually wanted to do it right when it came out, but the thing was we still had like 90k cannonballs when it did come out, so there was no point doing it, but now let's get it done. Alright, and there's the Giant's Foundry quest completed. We can now start making the swords. Alright, so I'm not going to go too in depth about how the Giant's Foundry works, but basically you need to use different types of bars to make the metal score of your sword, which then gives you the most amount of points. The metal score I want to use is steel and mithril bars, so then we're going to need 14 of each to probably get our best score possible. Alright, so as an ultimate Ironman, obtaining 14 steel and 14 myth bars to make just one sword is going to be, sounds pretty difficult, but us at the 10 hit points Discord and a couple other ultimate Ironman, especially Perverse, who actually was the first to attempt this method, we came up with a solution. We're going to buy myth and steel plate bodies from this guy, which when you melt down will count as 4 myth bars and 4 steel bars, but you can see they only have 1 on stock of each. So to get around this, we're going to use an alt account. As you can see, I have a bunch of myth and steel plate bodies, so we're going to use the alt account and sell 1 each so it doesn't overstock, because if you do overstock it, which I just accidentally did because of the steel plate body, you won't be able to buy it on the Ironman, so it needs to be perfectly at the store stock amount. So yeah, then we can just keep buying these and selling on the alt account. The goal is to end up having 12 steel plate bodies and 9 mithril plate bodies, because that's going to be the perfect amount to go and make 3 swords per trip. So that's going to be our most efficient method. So then when you have 9 myth plates and 12 steel plates, you can just minigame teleport to right to the Giant's Foundry, which is pretty awesome. So for each sword, we're going to use 4 steel plate bodies into the crucible, and we are going to use the 3 myth. Alright, and here we go. We can hand in our first commission. Let's see what we get. I don't even know where it says how many points we got. Looks like we have 97 Foundry reputation. I don't know if that was just from that one or that included the beginning quest, but honestly, I don't think this should take very long. Plus, I'm learning this as I go, so I'm only going to get better. Alright, so I got the hang of it pretty good now, and I decided to, on both the accounts, change my shift click from sell and buy, so it's going by so much faster now. I just have to go, shift clicks, and sell, shift click, buy. It's pretty nice. Alright, and after just handing in our 20 second sword, we now have over 2,000 points, which is enough for the double ammo mold, which honestly it feels like it was tailor-made for my account and with like how much cannonballs I actually make. So let's not waste any time, let's buy it right up, and we might as well just get another free collection log slot because we have extra points. And there it is, the double ammo mold. That is so huge for the account. Honestly, it only took about 3 or so hours. Like I said, it took 22 swords, and we got about 200k smithing XP. But yeah, I'm so excited to use this item. If you don't know what it does, it basically lets you use 2 steel bars to make 8 cannonballs instead of using 1 steel bar to make 4 cannonballs. So it basically essentially doubles the production time, which is huge for an account like mine that's going to make over 1 million cannonballs. So I'd imagine I'm excited to see how many cannonballs per hour we can now make with. I was tempted to go for the full smithing outfit because if you do get these smithing gloves, you can actually attach your ice gloves to them, and that makes the ice gloves storable in your house. But that's just so much extra to this, and I'm already gonna get 99 smithing just from the cannonball grind. Plus, I don't see myself doing any anvil smithing where the smithing outfit would be useful. Plus, it literally only takes me 3 minutes to run and go get these ice gloves with my cannon whenever I want. Alright, so it's time to suicide, and let's get our setup for cannonball making. Alright, we got the inventory straightened out, and it is finally time to figure out how many cannonballs per hour I can make with the new cannonball mold. As you probably know, in all my videos I just mentioned that I make 1k cannonballs per hour because that's simple and easy to make, but technically I can push it to like 1.2 to 1.3k cannonballs per hour if I'm extremely focused, but making cannonballs is so chill and AFK that I just rounded up to a nice simple 1k. So now with the double ammo mode, let's see how many I can make. Alright, and I'm sure you already know because I've showed it in like 12 other videos. I make my cannonballs by buying my ore from the blast furnace and then hopping to a blast furnace world and then hometailing to Edgeville and going to that furnace there. So I'm not going to show it. If you want to see it, go back into one of my 100 other videos. Alright, and here it is. Let's watch this mold do work. It should take both of these at once. Boom. So actions per hour, 466. So I think basically what I do is I'm going to multiply that by 4, and that'll eventually get our balls per hour. But damn, it's flying through these. Honestly, this is going to make it a lot less AFK, but I'll take the less AFK for way more balls per hour. Alright, so I've been at this for about 15 minutes or so, and our actions per hour leveled up at about 450 actions per hour, which means that's how many steel bars we're using per hour, which equates to us making 1.8 cannonballs per hour when we fully focus, which is insane. I never thought it would be that much. Is that honestly better than I thought? So honestly, when I say I'm in chill mode and I'm somewhat AFK, I'd say that would level out to like a 1.4, 1.5k cannonballs per hour, but that's a hell of an increase from the 1k cannonballs per hour that I was making before with 1.2 to 1.3 fully focused. So honestly, this thing is going to be life-changing. Just think, we still have hundreds and hundreds of thousands of cannonballs to make, and almost 33% cannonball per hour increase. That's going to save us like hundreds of hours in the long run. So I'm so ecstatic about this new item. Alright, so it was really nice in the beginning of this episode to kind of change it up and take a nice break from Slayer and do all this random stuff. I thought that was fun. But yeah, it's time to get back to what we need to do, Slayer. But obviously, like if you'd noticed, we still don't have very many cannonballs, so let's keep warming up this new ammo mold and bust out the cannonballs. Alright, and if you look in the inventory, we are back up over a 10k cannonball stack, and I am loving this new mold. It feels like these cannonballs flew by. The only thing I have to say is I really noticed it's definitely not as AFK. Literally cuts down the AFK time in half. But as I mentioned, it is well worth it, so let's keep on grinding these balls. Alright, and we're up over a 25k cannonball stack, and we aren't stopping there. Let's keep on going. Alright, so I decided, even though we've already got this T-bow, I want to start doing raids here and there whenever I can, whenever I have a good amount of time to play. Because obviously there's still some cool items we want to get, like our best in slot range bonus item, the Dragon Hunter crossbow. We can get the Kodai one that's equipable, the Dragon Claws, which would be sick, or even the Elder Maul would be pretty cool. So basically every once in a while I'm going to do a raid here or there, and hopefully we get spooned again like we did with this T-bow. So here's a look at our raid tracker, which I think is really cool. We have 66 total raids. Let's see, I think 29 of them were CMs, so that means 37 were normal. But let's see. So the 66 total, these are all the purples we've seen. That T-bow, for some reason, it doesn't say it was us that received it. I'm not sure why. But this is everything. We saw every single item except for an Elder Maul. 48 total purples. We have 1.37 mil total points ourselves, and we've seen a total of 40 mil points. 7 ancestral hats. That's actually kind of wild. But yeah, let's keep on adding to this. Alright, so right now I'm going to be doing CM raids with the clan KE4. I can't thank this clan enough. These are the ones who are letting me leech when we got the T-bow. So yeah, I'm going to try to go with them every once in a while. So if you're looking for a pretty high level raiding clan, KE4 runs regular and CM raids daily, so check them out. Alright, so I've gone over my method a few times in past videos, so if you want to see it, you can check that out, but I'll give you a quick refresher if you haven't seen it before. Basically, I just go around and catch these bats during the raid, then I cook them on a fire, put them in the chest, and have an alt account eat them for the max amount of food points we can get. And during the course of a long mass challenge mode like this that takes about close to an hour, we get a solid amount of points. Plus, this being like a very high level raiding clan, we get that bonus 5k points for completing it in the time frame every raid. So we usually end up averaging around 30k points per raid, which is pretty incredible for my build. So I'll see you when the raid's over. Alright, and here is dying, our first raid back in a long time. And let's see, we got a Dex Spare Scroll for a MEX. Let's see, it looks like 2 people got Twisted Kits, which is pretty cool. And let's run over and check our loot on this. And we got some crafting, and I guess we can sell the blood runes. Alright, let's go try another one. Alright, here we go. I want to do this like all the big time YouTubers do, and we get a white thing. Alright, let's see what it is. Someone gets a Dex Scroll again, back to back, I think Dex, and someone gets a Twisted Kit. We had 35k points there, which is actually really good for us. Nice, a Dark Relic. We love those. We can consume this and throw it right on Herblore. I love this. Boom, that's a free 11k herb right there, plus these quarms, with there's probably another 10k herb right there as well. Alright, and there goes down another and we got another white. And looks like someone just got an arcane scroll. We just got almost 27k points. And someone got a Twisted Kit again. I think that's like 3 Twisted Kits in a row. And our loot is, ooh, we got an Elite Clue and a Torn Prayer Scroll, plus a whole shit ton more Herb XP. That's awesome. Alright, we check out the Elite Clue, and it is at the Slayer Tower, which is so sad. I haven't had an Elite Clue in a while. I was really hoping we could have done it. Hey, and there's 74 Herblore. I wasn't even expecting to get a Herblore level this episode, but we got so much XP from those few raids we just did. And not only 74 Herb, that actually bumps us up to 1650 total level, which is a pretty big milestone. We don't get these total level milestones too often anymore. Alright, so we can come to our spreadsheet and we can tick off total level 1650 green. I feel like we haven't come to our spreadsheet lately, and we don't get to tick off these total levels too often, so it's nice. Actually, I made the spreadsheet when I started this account, and I think with all the new things that's coming into the game, I could probably update it and make some more goals and other items I want to gain, so I'll probably update this at some point. Alright, so we return to your regularly scheduled Cannonball content. It was nice changing it up and doing some raids. Just the chance of getting such a crazy item is just really exciting. Plus, just the regular drops are really great for my account, like the Herb XP and Crafting XP, plus a chance at elites. I love trying doing elites, so I'm definitely going to start implementing doing raids in our Slayer / Cannonball grind. But yep, let's get back to what we really need to do. Cannonballs for Slayer. Okay, so today is a huge day for old school RuneScape. As you can see, Raids 3 was released. It's not really that big of a message I thought they would have. But yeah, sadly, you will not see any Raids 3 content on this account. That is due to the fact that the pre-quest beneath Cursed Sands is impossible to do on our build. We've had some of the greatest minds in the limited community theorycraft ways to complete it, and technically right now it is impossible unless some other mechanics come in the future of the game. So until then, no Raids 3, but it's still really exciting for the game, and I'll love to watch all the content. Also, I'll be interested to see if any of the items from Raids 3 will be useful for like normal 10 HP accounts. I could just buy those items off the Grand Exchange, so it's going to be exciting to see. But also, while I'm on the topic of talking about updates, I just wanted to highlight this, the fact that they're planning to add the Dragon Pickaxe into a skilling activity outside the wilderness. It's pretty sad, because if you remember, at the very beginning of this episode, we went back to the wilderness and reacquired our pickaxe, and I feel like that's going to take a lot of this prestige and everything of the pickaxe taking it out, but it is what it is. Alright, and here we go. With this inventory, that will put us at a 43k cannonball stack. And I know that sounds random, but I'm really itching to get back into Slayer. So we're going to go gear up and grab our cannon. Alright, so here's a look again at our gear for Slayer, plus 140 range bonus for our cannon. And this is our inventory, all organized with a cannon and cakes and anti-poisons and some stuff. And I might as well take this as the time where I beg and plead for you guys to hit that like button and subscribe. All jokes aside, side, if you haven't noticed, I put well over 100 hours into basically every single one of the videos in this series, so I'd really appreciate if you're enjoying it to hit that like and subscribe. It helps more than you know. But yep, let's get to Slayer. Well, I'm sure you already know, unless you're brand new to my series, we have to cannon all our Slayer tests. That's why I have the crazy amount of cannonballs, and we use Venonatus as our Slayer master. So let's get a task. Looks like we had a current Moss Giant task going on, so let's get back out to him. Alright, and here's a quick refresher on all the Slayer tasks we can get and the XPs per hour, and that's them in order. And if you remember, this is the XP rates we get when the cannon's there at the monsters firing, not including getting the task and running out to the mobs. We get about 16k static XP per hour for being efficient, but we probably don't usually get near that. If you're interested in how I cannon all of these Slayer tasks, you can go back into episode 16 and check that out. Alright, and there's our first task done. Looks like we left off at 936 tasks, so I'm going to check in with you every 25th task or if something interesting happens. So let's keep on grinding. Alright, and speaking of something interesting, boom, right there. There is 97 Slayer, and I had to click out of it. But that is a beautiful level, a nice crooked number. Isn't that great? We're so close to 99. I guess they say it's 97 and 98 is the longest level, but we're really closing in on our first 99. And other than that, not just 97, that actually bumps us up to 50 combat. That was actually supposed to be our end combat level on this account, but sadly, since we got 11 HP, we're going to end at 51. But that, for as of right now, that 50 is clean. And that does mean we get 2 more Slayer tasks that we can do now that we have 50 combat. That's going to include the Ice Giant in the Crocodile. I haven't killed those, so I'm not sure how the XP per hour is, but just looking at their drop tables, the Crocodile literally drops nothing, and the Ice Giant doesn't really drop anything that good, and neither of them drop medium clues, which is one of our medium little grinds we're going to go passively for the Ranger Boots. So honestly, I think they're both going to be kind of crappy tasks, but once we get them, we're going to figure out where we're going to set up our cannon for those tasks. Also, while I'm right here, I have to say I love me some Pyrofiend tasks, because these are the only monster on our task list that lets us get superior. So we have a fun chance at trying to get one of those cool staffs or an eternal gem or imbued heart, which I think is a fun little thing as well. Alright, now we can come to our Slayer spreadsheet, and you can see these were locked behind 50 combat, but now that we are 50 combat, I am going to make these orange, because I don't know the XP rates. So once we get assigned these tasks, we'll figure out what our XP rates are, and we'll add them to our list of tasks. Okay, so one of our passive goals during the Slayer grind is to re-obtain these Ranger Boots. Yeah, we wiped these Ranger Boots you see right here. We got these at 19 clues, so we basically opened 100 medium clues cents. And what's luckily is a lot of the Slayer monster tasks we get actually drop a fair amount of medium clues. So we get a ton of medium clues during this grind. And speaking of that, we have a medium casket in our inventory. So let's crack it on open. And we literally got nothing. Going forward, I'm probably going to stack those up and have bigger openings. But yeah, let's get back to Slayer. Alright, and there is our first new Slayer task that we haven't got yet. 52 Ice Giants. Only 52. That seems like a small increment. Maybe Ice Giants come in smaller tasks than most of the other mobs, but let's go figure out where we want to set up a cannon and kill these. Alright, so I'm trying out this spot suggested by a friend on White Wolf Mountain, like you're going towards the Ice Queen layer, and it seems like it's going alright. It hits 4 of these Ice Giants right here on their spawn pretty good, and you can get a good safe spot right here, and I can just take the glider to the mountain so I can get here pretty quick. So it's going pretty good. We're going to check in on the XP per hour once we're towards the end of the task, just so we can update our spreadsheet with it. Maybe we'll attempt some other spots, but I think this seems pretty good for the most part. Alright, and we only have a few more Ice Giants left on the task, and it looks like we're settling just under 17k XP per hour. All in all, this is a really chill task, because it's really AFK, and I don't have to pay attention much. But it just kind of stinks because it doesn't drop medium clues that would make it much better. Plus, this is probably way on the lower end of our XPs per hour. Alright, so here we come to our handy dandy spreadsheet. And we can update the Ice Giants to 16.8k per hour. And that slots in right here, just above Earth Warriors per hour, Ice Warriors, which is actually better than I thought, and just behind Hobgoblins. So, towards the lower end of our XP per hours, but alright, and not too long later we get our second new task, the Crocodile. So let's get out to the desert and figure out how we want to kill this. I actually have to remember to get water skins. Alright, so here we are at the Crocodile task, and we got another spot suggested by UIMCharon. I want to give him a big shout out because he's one of the OG that actually discovered a lot of these Venonatus Slayer spots, so a huge shout out to him. But yeah, it looks like a pretty good spot here. You can fire the cannon, it's a safe spot right here by the carpets. And we're going to track what this XP per hour is. As I mentioned, it kind of sucks because these crocodiles literally don't drop anything. So hopefully the XP rates are going to be decent. Alright, so we're coming to the end of this crocodile task, and it looks like we're averaging just over 23k Slayer XP per hour, which is actually better than I thought, so that's a pretty good task. Alright, so we can fill that into the spreadsheet, 23.3k, and if you look over here, that puts us towards the higher end of XP per hour tasks. So all in all, hitting 50 combat and getting these two new tasks probably won't affect our Slayer XP at all or change up the grind. Both these tasks seem pretty easy and chill. Alright, and with this Ogre's task completed, that is 950 task streak, the first task streak of the episode. Let's keep grinding. Hey, we just got a Klusko hard from the Ankus. It's actually a 1 in 512 drop, so those are very rare. Let's see if we can do it. And it's in the Kazari jungle, which I think is locked, and there's a shield. Definitely can't do any of this. It's a drop, sad. Alright, so as I mentioned earlier, as I wanted to do, I wanted to update my spreadsheet again. So the main thing I updated is I added all these skilling outfits that I want to acquire. So we're going to chip away at these, which is nice. Those are storable. I added some items, like I added the Elder Maul now that my build can equip it. Some other cool items I wanted to get, I added in, plus some of the pets that weren't in the game when I did it. So if I think of anything else, I'm going to add it to the spreadsheet. You know, actually, we were able to tick these wizard boots off green. I forgot I had them in here. But yeah, I'll keep adding to it. I think I may actually add a tab for potential quests that I can do, just to kind of like completionist and do all the quests I can on my build. But yeah, I just enjoy kind of clicking things off spreadsheets, I guess. And that's a 975 task streak, closing on that big 1k task streak. That'll be it. Alright, and here comes one of the biggest milestones on any 10 HP account. Or not any 10 HP account, any account, Ironman account in general. I was trying not to have this click out by getting attacked by one of these Clell fights, so I just messed up talking. But honestly, 85 Slayer is so huge. I made this account with the goal of being like one of the lowest levels with 99 Slayer, and I never would have imagined I would have got this far. This is so crazy. And obviously, you know what 85 Slayer means? We can now kill Abbey demons and get an Abyssal Whip. So you'd think that'd be the next thing we'd go do. But technically on my build right now, we cannot get an Abyssal Whip. I'm going to go in depth into why we can't get it, but honestly, I am so amped. 85 Slayer, how cool does that look? And of course, I grabbed our spider and the T-bow just to look hot for this crazy achievement. And obviously 85 Slayer, that does mean we are 1/4 of the way to 99. Honestly, the last 3 quarters are going to go faster than the first quarter because we didn't have good gear and anything like that. Now that our task list is perfect, it'll be faster, but still 1/4 of the way there. Alright, so let's get into why we cannot get a whip on this account. Obviously, Abbey demons, we now have the level to kill them. And of course, those Abbey demons have a 1 in 512 drop rate of that Abyssal Whip. I'm sure when you think Abbey demons, the first thing that pops in your mind is the Slayer Tower, and obviously we can't get the Slayer Tower because it's lost behind Priest in Peril and Mauritania, and if you complete Priest in Peril and Mauritania, you get 11 prayers, so we cannot access Mauritania. So right off the bit, the most common spot is off the list. The next area you may think of is the Abyssal area, but this is actually locked behind fairy rings, because you need the fairy rings to get to there, and we can't do that because that's once again locked behind Priest in Peril and Nature Spirits, which also gives defense, so that's a big no. Another spot that may come to mind is the Catacombs of Khorne, where their Abbey demons are, but if you come right here and you read this message, in addition, dwarf multi-cannons cannot be placed inside the catacombs, so that makes this method not possible. And last but not least, what I'm sure all you gamers out there are thinking is, why don't I kill the Abbey demons in the new Wildy Slayer cave? That's the thing, these things are locked behind task only. You can only kill these Abbey demons when you're on task. So I'm sure you're asking, why not just task step until you get an Abbey demon task? The thing is, I cannot get an Abbey demon task on my build. Once again, since I am 1 prey, I cannot do Priest in Peril and get into Mauritania, and on release, Abbey demons were only in the Slayer Tower. So they were locked behind Priest in Peril on the Slayer task list. And even though they were taken out of the Slayer Tower and moved all over Gielinor, they are still technically locked behind Priest in Peril. As you can see here, the Abbey demons are locked behind Priest in Peril, which is very, very annoying. So we've done some theory crafting to try to test out other means of getting these skills. So here is another look at the Wilderness Slayer Cave, and I have the Abbey demons circled. And this circle right here is where Abbey demons are task only. It is actually possible to lure the Abbey demons outside of this task only area, and if you get them over here, you can actually cannon them on your 10 HP. The troubles I run into is when you can't lure them over here. Once you start cannon, they run back to the task zone, and also you need to like de-spear spec them outside of this range with an ult, which then once again, due to Ironman mechanics, causes my iron to lose the kill credit. We could probably go more in depth of trying testing other things like venom regens and stuff like that, but I'll still run into the other problems of cannon, sending them back there. Like I could attempt body blocks. There's still other things I could try, but not all hope is lost. I do have one more method that I'm really excited for. Is going to be poison dynamite. Poison dynamite is going to come into the game to replace a mechanic skillers and 10 HPs used to use to 0 XP things called spawn hitting. That was removed from the game, so they're giving us this poison dynamite. Basically, you're going to light this dynamite under an NPC, and it has a chance to hit a 0 through 4. On a successful hit, it has a 25% chance to poison. So my hope is I'll be able to put this under an Abbey demon, poison it, then with that 25% chance, then recoil the rest of its HP due to the fact that Abbey demons max hit at 8. And these kills will be extremely slow because getting poison dynamite requires nightshades, which can't be noted in buying dynamite, and God knows how many I'm going to have to use to get a successful hit, but there is hope for us to get the whip. And of course, we can come to our spreadsheet and make this green. Another green Slayer thing, slowly inching our way up. So yeah, that's basically all the theory crafting I have at the Abyssal Whip, so I'm not going to be worried about that until the Poison Dynamite comes out. They said that's going to be coming out a few weeks after Raids 3. They'll be doing a beta for that, so I'd actually like to try to test that out, so maybe I'll record some clips of testing the Poison Dynamite. But yeah, 85 Slayer. I feel like there's no better way to end the episode off than on a highlight like that. I know it's been so long since I uploaded because I've been so busy in real life and I don't have time to record clips. And honestly, I feel like I've recorded a ton of clips for this episode. It's been almost 2 months, so I'm really sorry. I haven't even started editing yet, so I imagine this is an extremely long one, so I'm sorry for that as well. But yep, just know I'm still grinding in the background, just not as fast, so don't be worried about me. And I still love the account. We made a ton of progress this episode, getting our D pick back, getting our full prospectors, getting this double cannon mold, which is huge for the account, and grinded some Slayer, which is our primary goal at the moment. But yep, that's where I'm going to end this episode. I really like the style, how we did Slayer plus some other grinds. I'm probably going to continue doing that with the Slayer grind to break up the monotonousness of the Slayer. But yep, that's it, guys. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode.